Hello everyone. In today's class, we are going to speak about SEBI and stock exchanges. The material is already shared in Google Classroom. You can check it. So this particular topic is covered under the seminar itself. Some of the additional information are explained here. Establishment is in 1988. The Securities and Exchange Board of India was established by the Government of India through the executive resolution and was subsequently upgraded as a fully autonomous body. So the SEBI is established as a fully autonomous body as a statutory body in the year 1992 with the passing of Securities and Exchange Board of India Act, that is called SEBI Act, on 30th January 1992. So the headquarter is in the famous business district of Bandra Kurla complex. Here is the salient features of the SEBI Act 1992. Shall be a body of corporate with perpetual succession and common seal with the power to acquire the whole and dispose of property. Here property means nothing but shares, or we can say securities. So this is the common seal company. This is the regulatory authority to sell, hold and buy the securities. Headquarters will be in the Mumbai and may be established offices at other places in India. In some main cities you can see the branches of the SEBI. Chairman and members of the board will appointed by the central government. Chairmen and the members of the SEBI who are appointed by the central government. We will speak about that in detail in the structure of the SEBI. Government can prescribe the terms of the officers and other conditions of the services of the board and chairman. So here the government can give the terms and rules of the officers for the board and the chairman of the SEBI. Primary duty of the board is to protect the interest of the investors. Here the interest of the investors should be protected. So here interest means not a return. Remember, so this is the interest of participating in the stock market. If the stock market is working properly without any influences, without any control of any one particular personality or the company, then it is treated as a transparent one. Correct? So if the stock market is running transparently, then the interest of the stakeholders are maintained or retained. So this is the primary duty of the SEBI. So here are the amendments can undertake the inspections of any books of the companies they can undertake the inspection. Issue commission for the examination of witness of any documents. So they can issue the commission for the examination of witness of the documents. Then power to regulate or the prohibit the issue of the prospectus. So what is prospectus? Prospectus are the book or the information booklet which is provided for the public from the companies. So this includes all the terms and conditions of the issue of the shares. Okay, so the SEBI can regulate or prohibit the issue of this type of the prospectus. Power to prohibit manipulative and deceptive devices. There are some devices which may manipulate the investors, so they have the power to prohibit that type of the devices. Penalties levied under the Act have been enhanced. So in the amendments, the penalties which is under this Act is enhanced or increased. Here is the objective of the SEBI. The primary objective of the SEBI is to promote the healthy and orderly growth of the securities market and secure the investors' protection. Remember, the SEBI is not only controlling the stock market, it also controls the debt market, it also controls the over the counter exchange market, it also controls the ISE, interconnected stock exchanges, and even it controls the money market to protect the interest of the investors so that there is a steady flow of the savings into the capital market. So the capital market provides the fund for companies, and if the capital market is working properly, then there will be a steady flow of the funds for the capital market from the investors, correct? to regulate the securities market and ensure the fair practices. So they are ensuring the fair practices to promote the efficient services by the brokers, merchant bankers and the financial intermediaries so that they become competitive and professional. So here the merchant banks and the financial intermediaries brokers are provided the license by the SEBI. Okay, so they are going to give the training and development and the instructions for these people, and so that the stock market will become competitive and the smooth transactions will happen in the stock market. Here is the functions of the SEBI: regulatory function and development function. I am not going to cover this one because this is completed in the seminar. So the power of the SEBI is also completed in the seminar. Here is the structure of the SEBI. The board shall consist of the following members. One is the chairman, two members. So one among that is the official from the central government dealing with the finance, and another is from the administration of the Companies Act. Okay. So one member from among the officials of the Reserve Bank of India, from the RBI, one member should be there, and five other members, whom at least three shall be from the whole-time members. Okay. So from the five, the three should be the whole-time members to be appointed by the central government. So these five members are appointed by the central government. Fine. Here is the model code of conduct. So the code of conduct has to be strictly observed, and those employees, officers or the directors of the company who violate the code of the conduct will be subject for the disciplinary action by the SEBI or by the company. So here is the duty of the officers. Every listed company has to employ a compliance officer who has to report MD or CEO of the company. So if you are good at the stock market transactions, if you are good at the laws and regulations, then you can become the compliance officer. Normally each and every company are preferring the CSS, company secretaries, because they are studying the laws and regulations of the companies in scientific way. Security. Confidential files should be protected and kept secure. These pertain to all the files, but especially the computer files and the passwords, which are likely to have the price sensitive information. So what is price sensitive information? We are already studying under the insider trading. Closed trading window. Every company should have the closed trading window period when no trade takes place. So each and every company has the days where the no trade of the securities takes place. Why? So this period is usually in the annual report, and when the dividends are issued or declared, and at the time of the amalgamation, and all. For what reason? To avoid the insider trading. Open trading window. SEBI has also provided that the trading windows would open only after 24 hours of the making price sensitive information available to the public. So if the price sensitive information is available to the public, next 24 hours there is no trade of the securities, and after that only the trading window is opened. Then informations: to avoid the insider trading practices, each listed company has to provide the sensitive information on the continuous basis to the stock exchanges. The price sensitive information should be provided to the stock exchanges and even to the SEBI properly. Problems. SEBI deals with the problems faced by the investors. These are dealt with the investors grievance cell. So usually as the ombudsman of the stock exchanges, SEBI used to solve the problems of the investors, and you have the option to raise your grievance in grievance cell. So this is an online process. You can do that through online. So that's it for today's class. In coming classes, we are going to speak about the investors grievance, ombudsman of the company, and rights of the investors.